300 last year in the freshman. He got like 314. Yeah. She'll break it before her senior year, but for sure.
please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Tonight, the national anthem will be played by Braylon Leonard, a student of Hobart High School. Braylon, the floor is yours. Please remember that the two teams playing tonight are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association, and they abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve the high standards of sportsmanship. We ask that as a spectator you consider the time and effort that these two teams have put in to prepare for tonight's game. We ask that you cheer for your team in the spirit of good sportsmanship. As a reminder, AIA prohibits the use of flash photography during the game, as it can cause a distraction to the players. Please refrain from using your flash while taking pictures. Tonight's game is being broadcast live to the Hobart High School YouTube page. And now for our starting lineups for Blue Ridge, coached by Brittany Harris. Number 3, Honor Kosei. Number 11, Miley Hamlin. Number 12, Kristen Kosei. Number 22, Noelle Harris. And number 24, Mackenzie Smith. And now for Hobart Roadrunners, coached by Greg Perkins. Number 10, Tammy Harrington. Number 12, Sammy Thomas. Number 20, Maya Francisco. Number 22, Angelica Yolanda Williams. And number 44, Bailey Williams. So as a reminder, we have a concession stand. Please stop by the concession stand for all your food and beverages needs. The concession stand is located on the west side of the gym in the hall. All proceeds go back to the student.
And welcome to Tony Minogue's Gym Buttonholzer Court. My name is Mark Saxton.
And I'm Chris Allison.
Thank you for joining us on this Friday evening matchup. The Yellow Jackets come into town taking on the Holbrook Roadrunners, where Yellow Jackets going to have to hunker down, play some defense, stop some ball movement, as these Lady Roadrunners have had a pretty good season so far. What do you make of it, Chris?
Yeah, these Roadrunners, you know, they keep hovering around 500. The last, I think, 4 or 5 games, it's been win-loss, win-loss, so they're currently at 12-12. These Yellow Jackets are coming in at 8-16. So,
kind of a rough go.
Yeah, you know, not used to seeing that necessarily from Blue Ridge, but they still have something to play for. Playoffs are right around the corner.
All right, and here we go to start it off. Looks like that's going to be against Uranga Williams on the Holbrook side. So 7:42 now left here in the first. Yellow Jackets set to inbound as Harris with the rock, trying to back in there, giving it over to Hamlin. Hamlin driving it there, getting it all the way outside, but that's picked off by Francisco, ending up in the hands of Harrington. And Harrington driving around town, unable to make a play, but I believe that they're going to say out on Blue Ridge.
Yeah, Harrington, the top scorer on the team. I think she's averaging like 13.1 points. Over 300 points so far this season.
Have a season, why don't you?
That's right. Slight outside chance she may hit that 1,000-point mark by the end of next season. She scored 300 points last season as a freshman.
Being only a sophomore, I mean, Harrington just a baller.
So Harrington and Bailey Williams, that's who you got to look out for.
Absolutely. As Uranga Williams stepped up to the line, her first trip this evening, dropping the first one, missing the second. So 1-0. Start off the evening.
So Lady Roadrunners lost this first matchup by 2 points in Blue Ridge. So
match.
Yeah, we will see how they come back from that. I would expect the ball to go to Harrington and Williams a lot. They are in 3A, both ranked in the top 25 for scoring. So Harrington's ranked 17th and Williams ranked 24th. So
I love that. And just one of those things, you just got to, let your star players do star things.
That's right. You let them work the ball around and get some open shots.
So out of bounds as that pass went wayward, a little high, ending up in the stands. Blue Ridge on the ball. Hamlin looking to see what she has. Here's Kosei. Kosei over to Smith. Smith over to Hamlin, almost gets it stolen. Hamlin puts it up for the J, no good. Scooped up by Francisco. And here is Harrington. 300 points on the season.
Oh.
Getting it to Sammy Thomas, who on the second try, still unable to make it go. There's Kosei, there's Hamlin.
Harrington threaded the needle on that pass.
Yes, she did. Here's Smith for the J. No good. And it's Bailey Williams with the board. And here comes Harrington and the Lady Birds, and just trying to end the drought. Uranga Williams for the 3. No good. Scooped up by Kosei. So 2 Koseis on the court. Here's Hamlin. Hamlin looking to see what she's got in front of her. 5:53 left in the first. Harrington getting a hand on it, disrupting it, but Kosei's there to scoop it up. Getting it over to Hamlin. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Hamlin. Off Hamlin's foot, though, into Sammy Thomas's hand. So Roadrunner ball. 5:35 left. Here's Bailey Williams. Williams driving it there. Out to Harrington. Over to Thomas for a wide open look at the 3. No good. As both of the Lady Roadrunners 3-pointers do not fall. So 5:25 left. And here is Kosei into Hamlin. Hamlin met by Harrington. All the way down to Smith. Over to Harris. Harris trying to drive it there. Loses it. Able to recover. Hamlin with the J. No good.
Ooh.
Sammy Thomas loses her footing, but she's able to hang on to the ball. Tough play, 5 minutes left here in the first. Still 1-0. Williams with the J. No good, and Kase is able to hang on to that. Let's see what that call is. I'm going to say out of bounds on the jacket. So there's Harrington wide open. Look at the 3. 10 the drought. 4-0. 4:45 left now.
Yeah, Harrington on defense, though, she's their top defender as well. She's averaging almost 4 steals a game.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, ranked 14th in 3A.
And Hamlin trying to float it there, doesn't go, but it'll remain jacket. Nope, never mind. Holbrook ball. .427 left, still 4-0. Here comes Harrington. Harrington trying to drive it there. Francisco all the way to Bailey Williams. Beautiful vision, beautiful pass to make it happen.
Yeah, great play call by Coach Perkins.
Like that.
Williams wide open, cutting to the basket.
That's when you can't leave unmarked. You have to keep her guarded. All the way over outside to Ivins for the 3. I apologize to you folks at home if I got that wrong. I'm going to say Ivins. There's Uranga Williams getting denied by Smith, but they're going to say contact on that. So she's going to go to the line her second time this evening. And if I remember correctly, Chris, Uranga Williams having a little bit of trouble from the free throw line this year.
Yeah, she's only 25 for 68 for 37%.
Ouch.
So hoping maybe to increase that here tonight as she's already made 2 trips.
So 7-3, Sammy Thomas in there with a steal in the paint. 3:23 left, and here is Harrington. Harrington just left all alone from behind the arch. Doesn't fall. Uranga Williams with the board. We call it a jump ball. Say Blue Ridge away. And here comes Hamlin. Hamlin met by Harrington. Try to get it to Ivins. Ivins almost loses it, and they're saying she stepped out of bounds. So Bain and Sosi check in for Holbrook as Thomas and Francisco come off. Here's Harrington. 2:58 left here in the first quarter. Williams driving it there. Nice little spin move, but Ivins rejects it. So 7-3, and here come the Jackets to try and cut into that deficit. Hamlin in and out. 2:39 left now. Harrington with the board. Back to Williams. Williams with the J, no good. Scooped up by Ivins, and yeah, it looks like she stepped out. And here comes Natoni. Uranga Williams coming off.
Oh, with only a couple games left, I think we've got 2 games left in the regular season.
Including tonight or after this?
I believe including tonight.
Harrington.
These
with the
Lady
quick 2.
Birds ranked 15th in the state.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, so
Like
they've got a firm grasp on a play-in spot. I don't believe they have a home. They will have a home game though.
I mean,
Unless
they can
win
fight
out
their
and
way
get
in.
their way.
But either way, they could fight their way in, being 15th. I mean, not
Right.
a bad spot to sit. As a Blue Ridge takes a timeout, so will we. Back after this. And so here we go again, 9-3, 2:19 left. And here comes Hamlin as Blue Ridge starting off a little rough with a couple of misses and a couple of mishaps on ball possession. See how they respond as here's Hamlin once again. Over to Evans. Back to Hamlin. Over to Harris. Harris trying to find a way in. Tried to get the screen, didn't go.
Hey, got to watch shot clock. It's five left.
Yep, here we go. Here's Kose. 2, 1. And they didn't even see it. Didn't even get a shot up. So it'll be Holbrook ball. They're doing decent moving the ball around. That's a little refreshing if you're, from the Blue Ridge side. They just kept the head down and did not look at the shot clock.
Yeah, as Roadrunners playing a zone, and they were just collapsing on whoever had the ball, so they've got to just find whoever's open.
Right. So there's Harrington. Harrington getting her pocket picked, but there is Sosi to save the day. And they're going to say that's a foul on Lanier. I hope I am saying that correctly for you folks at home. If not, I deeply apologize. And here are the Ladybirds getting it into Natoni, into Bain. No, that's scooped up, almost scooped up by Kirsten Kose as she was unable to hang on, so it goes out of bounds, remaining Holbrook ball. Gotta get rid of it. There it is, Bailey Williams. Back to Harrington, over to Bain. Over to Williams. And, Bain was one of these players coming up who really, Williams with a nice J right there. But, Bain with Atakai going down and then having to filter in more players than usual, she's really came into her own and had a couple of good games.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she seems to provide a spark while she's out there. She plays aggressive defense. She hustles. And yeah, so she's earned more playing time over the games.
Absolutely, yeah. She's coming up with key steals, key shots in the game. There she is for a corner three. No good that time. Natoni with the deuce, no good. Scooped up by Kose. 32 seconds left in the quarter. Kose trying to find a way in, dishing it to Hamlin. Over to Evans. Evans trying to drive it there. Back to Harris. Harris for the three. No good. Harrington on the board. Met by Kose, but she's able to dribble her way out of trouble. Harrington over to Natoni for the J. Sorry, that was Sosi. Aaron C to Sosi with the J. Final 2 seconds. 13-3 Holbrook. Does get the shot up. No good. So 13-3, end of the first. Back for the second. After this. Bailey Williams set to start the second quarter for us as she finds Bain. Bain bringing it across half court, met by Hamlin. Over to Williams. Williams trying to find a way in, going all the way around with the deuce with the finger roll. 15-3 Ladybirds in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I think these Lady Yellow Jackets, they need to start getting the ball in down to Noelle Harris.
Evans with the 3.
She's averaging almost a double-double, averaging 9.8 points and 10.8 rebounds.
To average that, show some numbers, why don't you? And yeah, I mean that right there, she should definitely be a part of your offensive game plan as they find themselves down by 9. Here is Hamlin driving it there with the J, no good. Scooped up by Bahi and getting it over to Williams. Williams fouled by Hamlin. And that'll be Hamlin's first of the evening. So here come the Lady Birds, and here is Bain. Nice little pass outside of Bahi, but that's rejected by Lanier. Good defensive play there. And here comes Ava Mann in for Natoni. Nice pass into Sosi, and Sosi scoops it up and takes it right to the bucket.
Yeah, it's one of those inbound plays that seem to work both for the boys and the girls team quite a bit.
Absolutely. So here is Hamlin down by 11. Still trying to get it out, does so. And there is Lanier over to Calce. And Bailey Williams picks her off. Bailey Williams driving it there, trying to find a way in, does so, unable to execute though. Evans on the baseline and is able to find Hamlin somehow. And here is Hamlin driving it there. They're going to say some contact. And it looks like Hamlin is going to the line for the first time this evening. And the first one, no good.
Hamlin, a 47% shooter from the line.
Chance to give those numbers a little help here. Second one goes. So 17-7. And here comes Harrington. Harrington finding a lane. Gonna get back out to Bain. Bain trying to find a way in, met by Evans, puts it up and drains it with the disadvantage at height and everything, and it didn't seem to matter for Bain. Here's Evans. And there is Harris, no good. And that ball bounces around. There's Harris. Out to Hamlin. Hamlin over to Evans. Evans trying to drive it there. No good, but scooped up by Harris and able to complete it. So 19-9. 4:58 left in the half. Here's Harrington. Harrington pulls up for the J. No good. I believe that was out on Lanier, as it'll remain Holbrook ball, and it does. And here comes Uranga Williams, giving Bain a breather. And here comes the other Calce in for Lanier, for Blue Ridge. Uranga Williams over to Mann, outside to Bahi, all the way down to Harrington, but Harrington had no idea it was coming. Still made a heck of an attempt at it, though, as she climbed the ladder to try and catch that one.
Yeah, that was kind of an in-betweener to either Uranga Williams or Harrington.
Yeah.
Harrington able to get in the air and almost got some hands on it.
Yeah, she tried. So here's Harris over to Hamlin, down into Smith. Smith almost getting her pocket picked, ends up doing so anyways as Clarence Sosi ends up with it, getting it over to Harrington. all the way down. Demand for the J, but Harris was in her face and slammed the door shut. There's going to be a foul, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on Bahi. It is, and that's her first.
So here come the Yellow Jackets as Bailey Williams and Sammy Thomas check in. Clarence Sosi and Heidi Bahi come off for the Lady Roadrunners. 4:10 now left in the half. Hamlin trying to direct traffic. There's Evans. Kase. Oh, tried to get into the Harris, but it bounced off of a leg there. So the Ladybirds back in possession, up by 10. There's Harrington finding a lane.
Oh, and
Uh-oh. I don't know. They're saying it was before the shot. So there goes the and one. Nonetheless, still remains Holbrook ball. So here's Harrington. Into Thomas. Thomas trying to find a way in. There's Williams. Back out to Harrington. Harrington into Williams. And a beautiful play. Unable to finish, but she does get the 2 shots on the call. As that is going to be on Harris. And that is her first foul of the evening. And Williams' first trip.
yeah, Williams, 63% free throw shooter.
As she misses the first one. Thought those numbers would have been a little bit higher for her. Being that she can find a way to really scrape up a lot of points from the line, the way she's able to drive those lanes.
Yeah, I was surprised when I was pulling the stats that it was actually, I figured she would be up closer to the 72, 75 mark.
Same.
Harrington, not only can she score, she's ranked 5th in 3A in assists. She's got 89 assists so far this year.
Got some great vision, great basketball IQ in Harrington. As the 2 counts, they're going to say and one for Hamlin. So her second trip this evening. Going to the line for 1 this time around. 3:20 left in the half as her team trails by 9 and remains to trail by 9 after that shot. So here comes Harrington, met by Hamlin. Harrington finding a lane outside of Uranga Williams. Over to Bailey Williams. And Williams puts it up no good. Uranga Williams able to maintain possession. There's Harrington. And she's going to let her offense reset, bringing it back a little bit. Francisco with the ball. All the way to Williams. Beautiful pass, beautiful fake shot. And she's able to finish it there.
Yeah, Williams able to fake out Smith, who's got quite a bit of a height advantage on her. So
Absolutely.
it was a good move by Williams. Good vision to see Smith coming across.
Ooh. A lot of contact there. Hamlin appears to be okay, though, so that is good news. And into Harris for the J, no good. Williams with the board, 2:22 left now. Holbrook up by 11. And pretty much after Holbrook put up a few points, they've just found themselves in the driver's seat tonight and haven't let go. As Harris picks her pocket. But the referee on the baseline is stating Harris stepped out.
That was a good steal by Harris.
Yeah, it was smooth. Uranga Williams finding a lane, puts it up, rejected by Harris. Big defense there. All the way back to Williams. Williams over to Francisco for the 3. No good. Scooped up by Thomas. Thomas back out to Williams for the J. No good. Harrington tried. Ends up in the hands of Hamlin. And here comes Hamlin all alone. And she's able to complete that play coast to coast. 22-13. 1:40 left in the half. Here's Harrington met by Harris. A lot of contact there. So both teams with 4 fouls. So might see them both in the bonus before the end of the half as there's 1:31 left. And Harrington set to dish it in and does so right on cue to Williams. And now back on the rock, 1:25 left now. Harrington trying to find Williams. Back out to Francisco for the 3. No good. Scooped up by Harris. And here's Kose. Getting it into Smith. No, Smith unable to hang on. There's Williams. Over to Harrington. Final 60 seconds of the half. 22-13. Ladybirds in the driver's seat with a chance to capitalize before half. That 3-pointer no good. Back into the hands of Francisco. A lot of contact there. They're calling it a jump ball. Blue Ridge way. And here we go. 47 seconds left in the half. And here comes Hamlin into her offensive area. Smith trying to drive it there. Finds a lane. Calling her on a travel. 37 seconds left now.
Well, that's good because I thought they were going to get Uranga Williams for a foul.
Yeah, so did I. Could have gone either way there. 33 seconds left. Here's Williams. Williams trying to drive it there. Out to Uranga Williams. Also trying to find a lane. Tried to find Sammy Thomas. That's picked off by Cotto. And here is Hamlin again with a quick layup. 22-15. Blue Ridge showing life late in the half. Here's Harrington. Final 8 seconds. And these Ladybirds are really good. And 1.
Oh, no, they're calling it on the ground. Yeah, these fans do not like that. That's the second one that they've called.
All right, 22-15. Holbrook ball, 4.8 seconds left. And Harrington going to the line, 4-2.
Do they give her the and 1 in the bonus, or do they call? They called the shot off, so
Yeah,
she's
they
just
called
going
it
to the
off.
line for 2.
Yep. First one's good.
Yeah, Harrington, 75% free throw shooter.
Second one, no good. So 23-15, 2 seconds left. That's bouncing around everywhere. And that will be that for the first half. So 23-15, Ladybirds in the driver's seat. Back for the second half after this. And welcome back to Tony Minot's Gym Budenholzer Court. Once again, I'm Mark Saxton.
And I'm Chris Allison.
And we are set to restart the game for the second half as the Ladybirds have found themselves in the driver's seat virtually all night, being able to move the ball well and find points down low. And Blue Ridge is kind of having some trouble either hanging on to the rock or making it fall.
Yeah, despite that, they're still kind of hanging around as score-wise goes, as they're able to put on a little bit of a run towards the end of the first half and get down to within 8.
That's right, showing life late in the first half, making some adjustments, fixing some things that they needed to. So I'm excited to see where the second half is going to lead us, as a quick 2 points there for Cotto and the Yellow Jackets. So now 23-17. Down by 6. And here's Bailey Williams into Harrington. No good, scooped up by Harris. Over to Kose, over to Cotto, back over to Kose. There's Cotto with the J, no good. And Harrington bringing it into her offensive area, finding Thomas. Thomas finding a lane, trying to get around Harris, unable to do so. Uranga Williams getting the call as Kose had some contact there, and this will be Uranga Williams' third time to the line tonight, shooting 2 for 4 up to this point.
That's better than the 37% average.
Right. As I think I may have jinxed her, missing the first.
Yeah, these Ladybirds, they're going to have an issue all night as long as Harris is in there driving the ball. They've got her listed as 5'11". And I think the tallest person on the Roadrunners is listed as 5'8". So
height definitely on Blue Ridge's side, as Williams with a nice little spin move.
Yeah.
Find her way in. 26-17 now. Blue Ridge down by 9 once again. 6:28 left in the third quarter.
Williams looked like she may have drew that play up on 2K.
And that ball still ends up in the hands of Blue Ridge. And there's Kose, pulls up for the 3, no good. Scooped up by Lanier for the J, no good. Scooped up once again by Kose and then out. Williams able to get a hold of it and wrangle it in. 6 minutes now left in the third quarter. Harrington all the way down to Francisco, who was all by herself.
Wow, Francisco made a play. That ball kind of bounced. It was a short hop to her. I thought she was going to kick it out of bounds. She was able to get hands on it and get it up.
And a violation. Blue Ridge didn't get it in on time, so Holbrook ball. And here comes Evans in for Kose. And Blue Ridge starting to stumble a little bit. Harrington out to Williams. And Harrington loves that connection. Into Francisco, out to Uranga Williams for the J, no good, scooped up by Evans. Met by Thomas and Francisco. She's able to hang on though, dribbled her way out of trouble, but turning it over to Williams, and they're gonna say contact was made on the steal on Harris, and that's a tough call. Looked good. Definitely a great attempt on Harris's side. As Harris settles with her third foul of this evening. And here's Williams, 5:21 left in the third quarter, 28-17 Ladybirds. And they just keep finding a way to keep the pressure on both sides of the ball, as Francisco finding her way in for another deuce. 30-17 now.
Yeah, and these Ladybirds are, they're a fairly young team. They only have 4 seniors on the team this year. Ooh.
And Harrington with the steal on that drive. Williams with a wide open look for the triple. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Bringing this Holbrook crowd and that Holbrook bench to life. 33-17. And don't look now, but here come the Ladybirds as they almost got another steal right. They do get another steal. There's Bailey Williams with another look at a triple, back to back. Quick 6 points for Bailey Williams.
Yeah, Bailey Williams hasn't shot a lot of threes. She's been playing kind of that low post position.
And I'm saying, why
year.
not let her shoot?
Yeah.
That's a quick timeout being called. So we'll be back after this. 4:17 left in the third. 36-17 Ladybirds. So here we go again as the Roadrunners on a terror these last couple of minutes, bringing the lead to 19, if I did my math correctly there. And numbers are hard for me, so bear with me if I'm off by a couple. And Evans able to get her on board. She is trapped down there.
Yeah, I was going to say she stepped on the line or 5 seconds in the key.
As the Roadrunners just played smothered defense there and just didn't let her out. So 3:55 now left in the third quarter, and here comes Bailey Williams over to Sammy Thomas. Thomas back to Williams. Williams, looking to see what she has in front of her. Nice little spin move, gets around Evans. Unable to make it fall though, so 3:38 left. Hamlin loses it, but she's able to recover. Back out to Evans for the triple. No good. They're going to call a foul on the opposite side. They're going to call that on Shandine Cotto there. So already Blue Ridge with 3 team fouls. So 2 more, and Holbrook will be in the bonus. And there's Williams, 3:28 left. All the way down to Thomas, but that one finds its way into the stands as it was a little too high for Sammy Thomas to get up there and snag that one.
Yeah, good thing Thomas is okay because she started to landed on that first step going up there.
A little help from the fans. And here's Hamlin, and that's picked off by Uranga Williams. Here's Harrington. Harrington met by Lanier. Harrington making it around and around Smith for the quick 2, up by 21. And some contact. Harrington doesn't agree though. So here comes Kose in for the Yellow Jackets. Lanier set to dish it in. Down by 3 touchdowns. 2:53 left in the third quarter. Harrington with almost another steal. All the way outside to Kose for the triple. No good. Uranga Williams with the board. Over to Williams. Williams all the way over to Harrington. Harrington wanted to go all the way across to Francisco and does so. Francisco met by Hamlin. Francisco into Uranga Williams with the hook.
Oh.
No good. And that one is that she was able to get her own board for the 2 there. 40-17. Ladybirds on a terror. And this Holbrook crowd has come to life.
Yeah, these Ladybirds, they came out and really picked up the defense this last or that started this second half.
Absolutely. They've been all over the floor. And here comes Natoni in for the Ladybirds and Harris for the Yellow Jackets. Cascoli also finding her way on the floor for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, she's one I like to watch. She's kind of just all over the floor.
Freshman as well, so she's got a bright future ahead of her. And that one no good. Scooped up by the Yellow Jacks. Getting it into Harris. Harris unable to make it fall. Smith with the board. Outside to Kose for the three. No good. Harris with the board. No good. Scooped up by Lanier. Back over to Lanier for the three. No good. Scooped up by Harris. And let Harris be there and make it happen. What? Looks like that's going to be a foul on Natoni.
Yeah, I think that was away from the ball.
Agreed. And here comes Bain and Clarence Associate giving Williams and Harrington a spell. And Harris just, coming up big in a lot of ways, besides her height, being able to scoop up all of those rebounds, these last couple of shots. Back out to Hamlin. Harris with another board, but she does make this one fall, so 40-19 now. Here's Bain, over to Cascoli. Cascoli. Oh, and she thought she was gonna go back and forth with Bain. And timeout, Coach Perkins. So 1:03 left in the third quarter, 40-19, Ladybirds. So here we go again. Final 63 seconds of the third quarter. And Blue Ridge finding themselves in some hot water here. Going all the way to Hamlin, and Hamlin's able to hang on. Getting it over to Smith for the deuce. So 40-21 now. Here's Bain. All the way over to Sosi, back to Francisco, pulls up for the J, no good. There is Natoni. Bain. Bain trying to find her way in, getting called on a travel, as she did have both Smith and Harris all over her.
Yeah.
Tough draw on that play, huh? And Bain listed as 5'3" against a 5'11" and a 6'1" defense there. There's Hamlin over to Harris. That was a good little pass, though.
Yes, it was.
23 seconds. There's Natoni, almost losing it, able to hang on. Francisco all alone for the triple, drains it. 43-21. These Ladybirds are on fire tonight. 7 seconds left in the third. Hamlin over to Harris, and that's becoming an easy familiarity for Hamlin, as that'll end the quarter. 43-23. Birds up by 20. Back for the fourth after this. And Cascoli set to start us off for the final quarter of this game. And here's Bain. All the way to Sosi. Sosi unable to hang on as it finds its way out of bounds. Here comes Hamlin and the Jackets. Back out to Calce. Over to Harris. Harris trying to drive it in there. Does so for the deuce.
Harris starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely need to keep feeding her as that pass goes wayward, finds its way out of bounds. And some subs, 4 of them coming back in for Holbrook. So Yellow Jacket ball. Lanier for the 3, no good. Harris ending up with it. Ooh, as her foot slid out of bounds, and that's unfortunate.
No, they're going to call it foul.
Okay, all right, that makes a little bit more sense. First, I thought she pointed at the baseline.
That's going to be the 3rd on Uranga Williams.
She needs to be careful with a full 4th quarter to play. There's Lanier. Over to Hamlin. As that foul is going to be on Thomas, her first of the evening. And there is Harris, unable to connect there. Harrington with the board, 7:03 left, and Francisco all alone.
Francisco with a nice little sidestep, little Euro step.
Like that. And it is back up by 20 for these Ladybirds, and here's Hamlin. Putting it up, no good. Scooped up by Harris, unable to hang on. Hamlin does step out of bounds. And Blue Ridge wanting the push. They're not going to get it. And here is the Ladybirds, 6:38 now. All the way down to Thomas. All the way over to Francisco. Francisco's just finding a way to stay open.
Yeah, they're trapping on the full court press, which leaves somebody open. And Francisco's that girl.
And there's Harris back out. Looks like that one's going to be a J, no good. Scooped up by Williams. And here's Harrington, 6:03 left in the game. All the way down to Francisco for the triple. Drains it.
Francisco's feeling it now.
Yeah, she is. 50-25. Ladybirds putting up a 50 burger. Here's Hamlin. Hamlin putting it up there, no good. Harris with another board. Harris able to finish that one. And they just need to keep feeding Harris.
Yeah, I think that's, they're down by quite a bit, but they still got quite a bit of time left.
And not only that, but Harris has just been so tough in the paint, being able to get all those rebounds, being able to follow her own shots. As Blue Ridge will take a timeout there, so 52-27, 5:17 left in the game. Back after the timeout. And here we go to restart the game. Blue Ridge on the rock. 5:15 left in the night. And here comes Hamlin. Over to Smith. Smith over to Harris. Harris in for the deuce. And just like I talked about, Harris just, I mean, yeah, her height is an advantage, but she finds her ways into open space, and she finds a way to always get, to those rebounds. I mean,
yeah, I mean, she's using what God gave her.
Right,
so.
right. And like I said, I mean, the IQ is behind it as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they need to definitely capitalize on that as Naranga Williams takes another trip to the line, and that foul's going to be on Mackenzie Smith. Making both that time around. 5 for 8 tonight. Not bad
No,
from the line.
not bad at all.
There's Smith back out to Hamlin. Hamlin all the way back out to Cotto for the deuce. No good. Scooped up by Uranga Williams. Here's Harrington. Harrington met by Hamlin. There's Thomas met by Harris. Back to Harrington. Uranga Williams taking her chance at a three out of bounds. Hamlin set to dish it in. Cascoli and Bain on the floor now for the Ladybirds. And here's Hamlin. Evans for the three. Banks it. 54-32 now.
Yeah, she's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc.
Let her
tonight.
shoot. Let her shoot. Here's Bain. Over to Cascoli. Cascoli met by Hamlin. Hamlin trying to drive it there. Or excuse me, Bain trying to drive it there. Bounces off of her foot, but Harrington is there to save the day. 3:30 now left in the game. Harrington floats it there.
Yeah, Harrington's having a good game tonight.
I mean, the whole Lady Roadrunner team seems to not be able to miss as of late. There's Harris. Over to Evans. Evans back to Hamlin. Hamlin with 16 on the shot clock. Nice way to keep it in. Smith moved though, but Hamlin is there to keep it. Here's Hamlin for the J in there. She's able to make it drop. And Uranga Williams, no good. Evans with the board, but she gets her pocket picked by Cascoli. Kicks it back out to Bain. And Bain unable to finish. Uranga Williams with the board, no good. Scooped up by Evans. 2:30 now left in the night for these teams. Here's Hamlin. Hamlin trying to drive it there. Back out to Hamlin. Over to Evans. Evans trying to drive it there. Finding Harris. Harris driving it there. Beautiful play.
Good move by Harris.
Cut through the defense. So 56-36. 2:04 left in the game. Here's Bain. Bain spinning, bobbing, weaving, trying to find a way in. Kicks it back out. Scooped up by Evans here. 1:49 left now. And she knew it. She's unable to hang on. Double dribble there. Unfortunate as 3 subs come on for Blue Ridge. 2 coming on for the Ladybirds as down by 20. That should do it. 1:44 left in this game.
Yeah, stay with us as we've got the boys game coming up after this.
All the way to Natoni. Natoni able to hang on. Tried to find Bain, doesn't. Hamblin, who's winning the foot race as of right now. But it's still her ball. I believe it should be Yellow Jacket ball. Hamblin turning on the Jets there. Oh no. Okay, it looked like Hamlin was unable to hang on, but it looks like, or it sounds like Cascoli got a hand on it. So it remains Blue Ridge ball. And Cascoli another hand on it, knocking it out once again. So 121 still. Lanier. Finding Kosei. Kosei trying to drive it there. She's met by Natoni. That's taken by Cadelti.
Oh.
Lanier met by Mann. And Mann was able to knock it out of bounds. So 110 left now. And Blue Ridge trying to find a way in. Hamblin.
Yeah, these Lady Birds just playing stifling defense right now.
Absolutely. There's Kosei trying to drive it there. A lot of contact. So it'll be 2 for Kosei, and this will be her first trip this evening. And only, Chris, the 3rd free throw of the night for this Yellow Jacket team, as Holbrook has been pretty disciplined this evening. Kosei is good for the first. Second, no good. And Bain is trapped in the corner. Jump ball. See who that goes to, and it's going Blue Ridge's way. So Blue Ridge with a chance to cut into this deficit late with the final 55 seconds. Out to Hamlin. Hamlin trying to drive it there. A lot of contact again. I think that one was going to be on Cascoli. Nope, they're going to call that on Bain. 52.2 seconds left now. Here's Hamlin. Over to Kosei, but Hamlin's there to keep possession, trying to find a lane in. Gets her pocket picked. Here's Bain, met by Lanier. Lanier with the steal. Back out to Kosei, who thought about it. Over to Hamlin, had a wide open look. Goes for the J, no good. Scooped up by Kosei, unable to make it fall. No foul. And the Yellow Jackets just showing some tenacious defense with back-to-back-to-back steals.
Yeah. And causing a jump ball. It's still going to be Holbrook's ball, but.
Yeah, they're just in the face of these Lady Roadrunners right now. So showing some fight late in the evening, and I love to see that. It's tough to go out on the floor. You're down by so many points, and they're still showing heart and the wherewithal to try and make plays. I like to see that. And Mann with the 3, no good. Scooped up by Cadelti, out to Cascoli. Cascoli,
Ooh.
A lot of contact there. That's going to be on Hamlin. 10 seconds left in the night. And Cascoli making her first trip of the evening. First one, no good.
Yeah, Cascoli's only had 10 trips to the free throw line this year, 2 for 8.
So just a sample size for those numbers. Missing both here tonight. Here's Hamlin for the Jackets. Hamlin met by Natoni, no good. Scooped up, they're able to make that fall, as that'll do it, folks. Ladybirds very much in control most of the evening, 56-39. your Holbrook Lady Roadrunners with the dub. Stay tuned, boys, shortly after this.
presentation for one of our very good and probably one of our best Roadrunner fans, Toby Christensen. Come on out, Toby. He graduated a couple years ago. We made him a plaque out of the old Buttonhoser court that floor's been replaced. This is wood from that court. Okay? It says Toby Christensen, Holbrook High School General Manager for girls soccer. He helps with that. Boys basketball helps with that. And the golf team. He helps us with all three of those programs. Roadrunner's #1 fan. Once a Roadrunner, always a Roadrunner. Again, this was made from the wood from our old Buttonhoser court. So Toby, we appreciate everything you've done for the past couple of years. Toby's going to be moving, okay? So Toby is, he'll be around for a little bit while longer, but this is going to be his last regular season home game. Toby, we super appreciate everything you've done. A t-shirt for you and this plaque, all right? Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, would you please have you stand, remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem. Tonight, the national anthem will be sung by Mel, a student at Holbrook High School. Mel, the floor is yours. Please remember that the two teams playing tonight are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association, and they abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve the high standards of sportsmanship. We ask that as a spectator, you consider the time and effort that these two teams have put into preparing for tonight's game. We ask that you cheer for your team in the spirit of good sportsmanship. As a reminder, AIA prohibits the use of flash photography during the game as it can cause a distraction to the players. Please refrain from using your flash while taking pictures. As a reminder, tonight's game is being broadcast live through the Holbrook High School YouTube page. And now for your starting lineups for Blue Ridge, coached by Jack Trainer. Number 1, Kian Naranjo. Number 4, Anquan Case. Number 11, Elijah Danford. Number 12, Carlo Harris. And number 35, Channing Tennant. And now for over the coach, John Thompson. Number 5, Dylan Salaman. Number 10, Manny Guerrero. Number And number 23, Travis Byron. Stop by the concession stand for all your food and beverages needs. The concession stand is located on the west side of the gym. They are selling green chili burritos, cup of noodles, Arizona tea, chips. Also, the Booster Club is having a 50-50 raffle as well as other merch out in the lobby. Go see them if you'd like to participate in the 50-50 raffle or to purchase.
And welcome back to Tony Minogue's Gym Buttonholes of Court. Once again, I'm Mark Saxton.
And I'm Chris Allison.
As we are set for these two teams to tip off moments away. Holbrook Roadrunners, Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. And last time, I believe Holbrook walking away with it. So Blue Ridge coming back, maybe with a point to prove here.
Yeah.
So kind of excited to see what happens.
Holbrook, yeah, walking away with it is the term I would use. They won 61-33 last time. They're currently 14-8. The Yellow Jackets are 6-13.
So kind of going through it this year as, like I said, maybe with something to prove, maybe going to play with a little chip on their shoulder coming into unfriendly confines in this Holbrook gymnasium. And a three, no good. And here comes a Blue Ridge. So Naranjo trying to see what he's got in front of him, getting it back out to Case. Getting it back to Naranjo, but Bayo with the steal, and here comes Talaman, and Talaman looking to see what he's got in front of him. Back to Guerrero, Guerrero over to Rico. Back to Talaman, into Bayo. All the way over to Guerrero, fakes the three, back to Rico, who does take the three, drains it.
Yeah, Rico's really came on the last few days. He seems to be feeling a little bit more confident out there on the floor. He's driving to the hole, picking up some easy buckets.
Ooh, and Danford striking right back with distance on that three as well. Here's Talaman. And I agree, Rico has come into form as of late offensively, being able to produce some really quality play as Talaman misses his three. That's scooped up by Nelson. Over to Bayo, in for the deuce. And it's good, 5-3 Birds.
Yeah, and you like to see that. It's these Roadrunner boys, they're ranked right now 20th in the Copper Division, which is 1A through 3A. It's kind of like the open division for the upper level schools. Top 16 teams get into that, so they're just outside, but they pull off these next 3 wins, and they very well could be playing in the Copper Division. Right now, they're currently 11th in the 3A, so they will definitely have, I believe, the top 12 get automatic seed. They don't have to play a play-in, so
still some work yet to do for these Roadrunners as Tanajeth gets called for a foul on the Blue Ridge side. And Bayo with the board. Here's Naranjo, met by Guerrero. And almost losing it, but Naranjo able to hang on. And there's Rico right on top of it, but they're going to say Blue Ridge ball. Tanajeth set to dish it in. Here's Case. Case out to Danford. Danford from the parking lot, draining it from way back. 6-5.
yeah, Danford having somebody in his face as well.
There's Talaman all the way over to Guerrero. Guerrero back to Talaman. 4:45 left. for the three and strikes right back with an answer right back. 8-6 Birds. Here's Case. And that gets picked off. Here's Baya. Rico now, 4:23 left. Guerrero with a corner three, nailing the three. 11-6. And these teams coming out swinging tonight. Love to see it.
Yeah, both teams playing some pretty aggressive defense so far.
There's Tenejeth out to Naranjo. Naranjo with the three, no good. Scooped up by Harris. Over to Tenejeth. No good on the three. There's Rico with the board.
Uh-oh. I think Talaman saw Guerrero cutting in front of him and didn't see the pass from Rico.
There's Case. Case almost was able to hang on. There's Danford. Another three from Danford. And Danford hasn't missed.
Yeah, Danford's on fire.
Here's Baya over to Rico. Rico back to Talaman. Talaman down to Baya. Beautiful vision. Baya putting it up there. We might be in for a shootout, folks. Love to see it as both teams have come out swinging. It should be 13-9, right? Not 11-11?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And here's Nelson. Scooped up, so I'm waiting for that correction to be made.
Yeah, it looks like the refs are gonna get it figured out.
Some corrections needing to be made here. Yep. Nope.
Nope, other way.
Nope, other way. There we go. Well, nope. Now we got it. 13-9. So back on course here. So 2:44 left. And here comes Talaman. Oh, and he loses it, so it'll be Blue Ridge ball. Danford set to dish it in. Some of the Blue Ridge fans trying to help with the correction of the score as referee Randall Anselmo making sure everything is correct.
Yeah.
And it is.
I think they added some time to the clock.
And here comes Danford. Over to Case. Case looking to see what he's got in front of him. He's met by Talaman. Case moving pretty well down there. No good. Scooped up. No good. Baya trying to hang on. Getting it over to Nelson, who almost loses it. He's able to recover, so here's Talaman. Nelson, 20 on the shot clock. And called for a push. Let's see who it's on. 21, that's gonna be on Hawk Harris. 1:55 left in the first quarter. Remaining Roadrunner ball. Here's Baya. Over to Guerrero, all the way over to Talaman, over to Rico. 1:46 left now. Baya, the big man, trying to get it over to Guerrero. Case scoops it up, though, and intercepts it. 1:38 now left. Here's Naranjo trying to drive it there. Over to Harris. Back out to Case. Case puts it up for the J, no good. Scooped up by Baya. Baya with yet another board. Rico, corner three, no good. Here comes Blue Ridge. There's Case. Back to Naranjo. Driving it there. Outside to Harris for the triple, no good. Case and Harris got mixed up there. Holbrook ball. 64 seconds left. Here comes Rico and the Birds. Talman, Nelson, Baya driving it there, out to Rico for the three. Nothing but net. Looking smooth out there, 16-9, 44 left. Here's Danford. Danford getting called with the travel. The student section getting involved. Kind of traveling light tonight over there.
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night.
There's Baya, 30 seconds left. That gets picked off. Case ends up with it. Nelson picks it off for the deuce. No shot clock needed now. Final 20 seconds. Harris driving it there.
Oh,
good step.
Good step by Harris to avoid the charge.
13 seconds. Birds up by 7. 18-11. Final 8 seconds now. Here's Talman. 5, 3, 2. Gotta get it up. Puts it up there. Oh, no good. So 18-11 will be the score at the end of the first quarter. Back shortly for the second. Stay with us. So here we go to start the second, and what I have loved up to this point is both teams coming out aggressive on both sides of the ball.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Both teams playing with a fast pace, high energy. Makes it a really fun game to watch.
Taking the threes, love seeing that. Everyone loves to see the three ball. Love to see the smother defense. And they're cleaning up a spill down low, so it looks like they got that. And a discussion at the table.
Yeah, I think it should be Blue Ridge ball to start the quarter.
And yes, it is. Corrections have been made, and now we are set as Naranjo set to dish it in, finding Case. And here we go to wrap up the first half. Here is Case. Down low to Harris. Back out to Case for the triple. Draining it. 18-14, getting these Blue Ridge fans to their feet. Here's Talaman. 7:38 left. Oh, for three. Braden Smith, who's been recently brought up, gets involved. 21-14. There's Harris out to Harris for the J. Banks it. 21-16. Here's Rico. Talaman. Smith. Back out to Talaman, all the way to Rico. Harris taking a couple of hacks at it, missing. Talaman. 6:56 now left. 13 on the shot clock. Rico. Talaman with a wide open look at the three, no good. That is scooped up by Smith, out to Rico. Reset of the shot clock now, 6:40 left. Here's Talaman, out to Nelson for the three. Wide open look, drain it. 24-16 as these birds remain on fire. Here's Case. Naranjo unable to hang on as he zigged when the ball zagged. And here comes Lauren Piquet on for Harris. And looks like we're going to get a full timeout from Blue Ridge. So 6:22 left in the half, 24-16 birds. Hang around. This one is going to get exciting. So here we go again as the Roadrunners start off with the ball going into their offensive area. Talaman met by Case. Rico back to Talaman. Talaman trying to drive it there, getting it outside to Smith. And that's his second shot.
That's right.
And that's 6 points for that young man. Have a night. 27-16. Let's see what the call is. Rico getting that call.
Yeah, these Roadrunners, they are good at taking that charge.
So 27-16, 5:57 left in the half, and Roadrunners can't seem to miss. Here's Talaman. Talaman driving it there outside to Rico. Rico over to Smith, all the way over to Talaman. Talaman getting called with the travel. Talaman says, I'm going to finish the shot anyway. And here comes another fan favorite, Brady Vicente. And Tenejeth coming on for Blue Ridge as Begay comes off. In the student section, pretty mild tonight. Comes Blue Ridge. Danford, another three, no good. Scooped up by Case. Outside to Naranjo for the three, no good. And that one is Baya just bullied him off the ball there.
Yeah, Baya, you know, he's not overly big.
Smith, 3 for 3.
Oh my God.
Let's go, 3 for 3. Love to see it. Have a night with a chance of a 4-point play. Defenders breathing down his neck, and it doesn't seem to matter. My goodness, Braden Smith, have a night, kid. His first trip of the evening. No good, Baya with the board. Back out to Smith, over to Nelson, over to Rico, Vicente. Back to Rico, finding a lane, into Nelson. Nelson able to finish. And these birds just aren't missing right now.
Yeah, they are just hustling on both ends of the court. It looks like we've got a full timeout called by Blue Ridge.
Yeah, got to find a way to stop that momentum. So 4:54 left, 32-16. Roadrunners back after this. So here we go again. Tenajeth set to dish it back in. 4:54 left in the half. Trying to find Case and does so right on cue. So here comes Case. 4:50 left now. Danford trying to bob and weave down there. Putting it up, no good. Baya with the board. Vicente back over to Rico. Rico trying to direct traffic. Oh, looked for Baya, but the pass went wayward. I don't know if someone maybe got a foot on it.
Yeah, I think.
Because it's remaining Holbrook ball, so Rico.
Yeah, I think Case kicked it.
Gotcha. 4:25 left now. Here's Baya trying to find good spin move. Teardrop. These Birds came out to play tonight. 34-16. And here comes Case and the Yellow Jackets. Over to Harris driving it there. Baya's there to meet him. Back out to Case. Pass almost went wayward. He's able to hang on. Case over to Harris for the J. No good. Scooped up by Baya. And Harris going to get called for that contact. Looks like Quintero coming in. And Mariscal coming off. So 3:55 left now, 34-16. And the Birds very much in control of this game as Rico driving it there, finding a lane.
And that's what we've been seeing from Rico this kind of second half of the season compared to the first, is he's really started being aggressive with his drives.
I agree, as he's been able to, like you said, just find that comfortable zone and grew his confidence. He's able to make things happen as Braden Smith getting called his first foul, as I believe he was reaching in there. So Danford set to dish it in for Blue Ridge. And here is Case, so 3:38 left now. Holbrook up by 20. Into the corner to Harris, to the other Harris, to Case. Back to Harris. Harris puts it up, banks that one. So 36-18. Here's Talaman. Vicente for a corner three, no good. Harris with the board. Here comes Danford. Into Quintero. Back over to Case. Case met by Talaman. Almost loses it. Able to hang on. Harris with a wide open look for the triple. Drains it. Bringing these Blue Ridge fans back to life. Unknown what that was about.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about.
I missed that. Yeah, he came and told the table something. Nonetheless, here we go. 36-21. 2:46 left in the half. Vicente over to Nelson. Nelson with the three.
Oh.
Hails it. My goodness, what is he, 4 for 6?
Yeah, Nelson's 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Case with the J. So 39-23, up by 16. These Roadrunners loving the 3-ball tonight. Love it.
Yeah, they're 9 for 14 tonight. So
Have a night. Have a night. 27 points just off the 3. Here's Talaman. Back to Vicente. Over to Rico. Rico calling for the screen, gets it. Trying to find a lane, does so.
Oh,
Some contact.
ow.
And a hard fall there. Let's hope everybody's okay. And while they settle this injury, we will take a timeout with 1:50 left in the half. Let's hope everybody is okay down there. Back after this. And that was Danford going down as he made his way to the bench under his own power. So that's a good sign. Let's hope he can recover quickly and get back in this game, as he has been on fire to this point for that Blue Ridge side. Here's Vicente over to Talaman. Over to Smith, back to Talaman. 1:39 left. Over to Baya. Beautiful little pass there.
Yeah.
Finding his way through traffic with that pass. 1:30 left now in the half. Holbrook up. Talaman picks his pocket, getting it over to Vicente. Over to Nelson. Smith with a wide open look at the 3. Case, I think, ended up getting a hand on that.
Yeah, I think he did. That ball kind of came out flat.
So they're saying out of bounds on Holbrook, and here comes Case and the Yellow Jackets. 1:10 now left in the half. Here's Harris for the 3. No good. Scooped up by the other Harris, able to make it fall. And the rest of the student section is in Phoenix for student council stuff,
Oh, gotcha.
as my sources tell me. So there's that. 45 seconds left now in the half. Here's Talaman. Up for the deuce.
Oh, good move by
Bringing it
Talaman.
around town. I love to see it as he drops it. And that's rejected by Nelson as Nelson slams the door shut. Final 30 seconds. Here's Talaman. Nelson back to Talaman. Coach Johnson directing some traffic down there, setting up the play. Nelson, corner 3. Nails it, 3 for 3. 46-25, final 6 seconds. Here comes the Yellow Jackets. For the 3, no good and no call. And that'll do it at half, as these Roadrunners very much in control. 46-25, stick around for the second half shortly after this.
Line is going to be presented for you. Let's go ahead and give them a big round of applause.
And here we go. Set to start the second half, where once again the Holbrook Roadrunners have had their way tonight, up 46-25. And here is Baya down low, out to Smith, over to Talaman. Smith into Baya. Baya getting his pocket picked by Case. Tenejeth ended up with it. Case trying to find a way in. Here comes Blue Ridge. For the two, no good. Scooped up by Baya. Here's Rico driving the lane. Oh, and a hand got on it, but it'll remain Holbrook ball.
Yeah, Roadrunners first half just hot. They 10 for 16 from three-point land.
Yeah, some discussion on the floor. Let's see what's going on here. Unknown what that was about. Nonetheless, here we go again. A Roadrunner ball. Here's Talaman. All the way out to Smith, over to Rico. Rico trying to direct some traffic here. Getting it into Baya. Talaman for the three. Drains it. So 49-25 now.
Yeah, Roadrunners starting off where they left. Begay can't hit that three.
Here's Talaman. 6:35 now. Outside to Rico. Rico trying to drive it there.
Ooh.
A lot of contact there. See who they call it on. Looks like they're going to call that on Begay. That's his second of the evening. Oh, and Talaman all alone back there. There's Smith with another three. No good. Scooped up by Harris. 6:20 left. Down to Tenejeth. Back out to Case. Case trying to find a way in. Out to Begay for the three. No good. Scooped up by Talaman. As these Roadrunners up by 24. Here's Rico. For the deuce.
Rico able to avoid the charge there. Good play.
Naranjo losing the ball as it bounces off of his foot. So Holbrook ball. Talaman. There's Smith. Over to Talaman. Over to Rico. Talaman with the three. Nailing it. And these Roadrunners remaining on fire as the timeout is called. So 54-25, 5:17 left in the third. Back after this. Tenejeth set to dish it in for Blue Ridge. Finding Naranjo, and Talman gets a hand on it, but Blue Ridge able to hang on. So 5:10 left. Drives it there. No good. Calling a push. See who that's on. Looks like they're going to call that on Talaman. Here's Blue Ridge. Unable to hang on. Nelson disrupted it just enough. So it'll be Roadrunner ball. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Holbrook up by 29. Rico trying to drive it there. Does so, creating some space.
Yeah, they cleared out that whole side for him.
Yeah, they did. So 4:40 left in the third quarter. And there's a three. No good. Scooped up by Nelson. Yeah. Gonna get called with the travel. He thought about passing and didn't, hung on, and ended up getting the travel. Here's Tenejeth. Over to Case. Tenejeth. No good. Scooped up by Rico. Rico trying to drive it there. Looks like he's going to draw the foul. So let's see who that'll be on. That's going to be on Naranjo. So here comes Harris and Bigay in for Tenejeth and Naranjo. .4:15 left now. Here's Nelson. Rico. Talaman. Talaman trying to find a way in there. No good. Gets shut down by Blue Ridge. Hawk Harris over to Case. And that's no good. As Mariscal on the attempt there. They're going to call that on Rico.
Yeah, Rico came in, was able to disrupt that shot that looks like it was wide open.
So Mariscal's first trip and Blue Ridge's first set of free throws of the evening. First one's good. And that one's no good. Scooped up by Vicente. So 3:37 left in the third quarter. Here's Rico and the Roadrunners. Very much in control of this game, up by a 30-piece. And it has been all Holbrook all night. Vaya does end up with that. There's Rico, thought about it, drives the lane. Back out to Vicente all alone for the three, no good.
Yeah, I think somebody got a piece of that.
Good little move there by Case. Over to Mariscal, back to Case.
I think they're going to get Guerrero on that foul. Yeah, that's going to be the first on Guerrero. So you got
2:59 left. Go ahead.
Cody Nakadanehi checking in.
Nakadene coming in. Cody's a little baller too. Here's Case getting his pocket picked by Nelson. Rico on the rock. Case breathing down his neck. There's Guerrero out to Nelson. Back to Guerrero, over to Rico. 17 on the shot clock. Baya putting it up there, doing big man things down low.
That's right. And these Roadrunners, they're just going to control the clock until Blue Ridge makes them not.
Nice little move there by Begay, unable to, oh, and it does find its way in. So 2:15 left now, 58-28, Holbrook still up by 30. Rico with the three, nailing it. These Roadrunners came out swinging tonight, and they have been capitalizing on all of the big plays.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Case, back out to Begay. Begay driving it there, good for the two. It's the and one here. Chance to answer back with another three-point play. No good, scooped up by Harris, but Baya ends up with it, getting it back to Nelson. Now Rico. 135. Rico with another three, no good. Going behind the backboard. .118 left. Here comes Blue Ridge. Ooh. Gets it for the three, as I thought for a second he was just gonna take off.
Yeah.
So 60 seconds left in this third quarter. Baya, no good, but he does get the foul. Going up for two, let's see who that's gonna be on. That's gonna be on Mariscal. 50.8 seconds left. This is Baya's first trip to the line. And that one's good. And Holbrook's second set of free throws this evening. That is it. So pretty disciplined on both sides.
Yeah. Both sides have shot a fair amount of threes. I mean, Holbrook in the first half shot 16. Blue Ridge shot 12, so.
And Harris able to get his own board and drain that one. So 62-35, 25 seconds left now in the third quarter. Talaman taking his time, waiting to get challenged as there is no shot clock. So final 13 seconds, driving it there. Back out to Guerrero for the three. No good, scooped up by Blue Ridge. Final 5 seconds. Nakadene with the steal, 2 seconds, putting it up. No buzzer beater there, but it doesn't matter. Holbrook still in control, 62-35, back for the fourth quarter. After this.
So let's go ahead and get your tickets out for your 50-50 round four. Ticket number 430961. 430961 is a ticket number. You can pick up your winnings from out in the lobby.
So here we go to start the fourth. And Chris, you think there might be a fire drill? Because there's a lot of people heading for the exits.
Yeah, they got some people are wanting to get out of the parking lot early.
Here we go.
As Talaman comes up with a steal.
7:40 left. Here's Rico getting it into Baya. Baya out to Nelson, over to Rico. 7:30 left now in the game. Nelson didn't even look his direction.
So these Roadrunners have been impressive tonight. 39 points in three-pointers. We've got Braden Smith at 60%.
Let's go.
Talaman at 67%.
Talk to me.
Guerrero at 43%. Rico at 50%.
Let me know something then.
And Amari Nelson is 3 for 3.
At a hundo. Roadrunners have a night.
Yeah, they've been shooting lights out. And on the top of that, they've been getting the ball down to Baya. Down in the block, and he's been scoring.
Yeah, gotta let the big man do big man things. As once again, it has been all Holbrook all night. 6:47 left now. Rico driving it there. Here's Baya, back out to Rico. We're seeing some contact. And they're gonna say that's on Naranjo. As Abieta and Hamblin join the floor there. Here's Baya over to Talaman. Talaman met by Hamblin. 6:30 left in the game now. Outside to Baya, beautiful quick pass.
Yeah, it's soft hands, as that pass had something behind it there.
Back up by 29. There's Harris, no good. Scooped up by the big man, Baya. There's Vicente. Back to Talaman. Over to Rico. Back to Talaman with a wide open look at the three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 67-35, timeout, Roadrunners. We will be back after the timeout. 5:56 left in the game. So here we go again as Josiah Abieta dishes it in to Quintero as Holbrook up by bunches, doing work tonight. Puts it up for the J, drains it. Nice little shot there. The lead, 30. 5:37 left in the evening. There's Rico. And another thing these Roadrunners have been good at tonight is really chewing up that shot clock and still having time to make good shots.
Oh.
Nelson with the teardrop. The fade away.
Yeah, and they haven't had a lot of turnovers. Really, it's probably one of their best games that I've seen them play.
Right, right. Yeah, they've been disciplined both with turnovers and on the fouls. They came in, just ready to shoot tonight and able to do so. So here's Nelson with another 2 points. 4:40 left now. Quintero with another J, drains it. So 71-39.
Yeah, Quintero, that was a great shot. I mean, he had Nelson's hand right in his face.
Agreed. And here's Baya back to Nelson. 4:10 left now. Talman driving it there. No, almost a nice little finger roll. Unable to make it drop, but I believe it went off of Blue Ridge as they have a couple of subs come on. And Holbrook having a couple of subs come off as Holbrook side showing some love to a couple of their starters there. Here's Smith getting it into Baya. Baya driving it there. Back out. There's Vicente, Guerrero. And the shot clock is not moving right now. I don't know what the issue is with that, and it hasn't been caught yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a lead thing or a...
Might be.
Oh. Wow.
So no shot clock after a certain amount of
Yeah, because they're up
points
by
ahead.
40, up by 42, so it might be no shot clock at 40.
And a continuous clock as well. So, gonna go ahead and put this win in for Holbrook as they have done well tonight. Now they have HHS to look forward to and prep for the postseason.
Yeah, they actually go back. I think they have 2 more games left.
And here's Vicente. Putting up for another deuce, 73-39 now. Here's Quintero. Blue Ridge driving it there, no good. Smith with the board, getting it out to Vicente.
Oh, I made a mistake. I was looking at Round Valley tournament, them playing Round Valley. This is their first time playing Blue Ridge this year.
Okay, gotcha.
So we have HHS
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. That's going to be home. That's going to be senior night. Then they end the season back at Blue Ridge on that Thursday. So we will probably have at least another home game in the playoffs. We will see. We'll know more after the season ends, or kind of the right around the final game.
Final 44 seconds of the evening. And Holbrook just doing their job tonight, dominating in every aspect of the game. So that one going out of bounds. And a substitute being made. And I think that's the first cheer I heard all night.
Yeah,
from the
it's been
student
kind of
section.
quiet over there.
And a little mild. as the gymnasium emptying quickly with the final 10 seconds. So we thank you folks for joining us this evening. Once again, my name is Mark Saxton.
And I'm Chris Allison.
As I believe this right here will do it. 73-39, Holbrook. Folks, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for joining us and tuning in.